There are many different steps that you can use for initial data cleansing, but one that is common to most data sets is dealing with unwanted characters, removing null rows and columns, and sometimes replacing missing values. Alteryx's data cleansing tool makes this process easy. In this video, we will cover steps 4 and 5, and in doing so, we will show you how to use the data cleansing tool. In step 4, you use the data cleansing tool to deal with the file name field. Locate the preparation menu and drag a data cleansing tool onto your canvas. As you do so, you'll see that a connection is made between the input data tool and the data cleansing tool. If a connection was not made, you can always make a manual connection by clicking on the output anchor of a tool and holding the cursor down while you drag your mouse over to the input anchor of the tool you'd like to make the connection with. Check the options to remove null rows and columns. In our case, we want to clean the file name and field name fields differently. We can do this using two separate data cleansing tools. We're going to begin by cleaning the file name field. So check the box to deselect the field 1 field. Deselect the option to replace nulls with blanks and zeros. Leave the default configurations to remove the leading and trailing blank space. We want to remove additional unwanted characters, so select the options to remove tabs, line breaks, and duplicate blank space. Just so that we're clear on this configuration, while we may not see blank space, computer programs do see blank space. This can cause problems if we want to refer to a file name, such as BJ's Restaurant, but the computer sees it as BJ's Restaurant with additional spaces. The computer will not interpret these two names to be the same because the computer sees the extra space and interprets the space as required characters for matching purposes. Before we leave the configuration, go ahead and annotate this tool by clicking on the annotation tag, clicking in the box, and then typing in step 4 and click off. Go ahead and save and run your workflow. We're going to use another data cleansing tool to clean field 1. Drag a second data cleansing tool onto your canvas until it makes a connection with the data cleansing tool from step 4. Check the option to remove null rows. We are now going to clean field 1, so deselect the file name field. Remove the options to replace nulls with blanks and zeros. Leave the default option to remove leading and trailing blank space. And again, check the option for tabs, line breaks, and duplicate blank space. Also, check the option to remove numbers. While numeric values certainly provide valuable information in financial statements, the focus of this case is on analyzing the unstructured text data. Add an annotation to this step, labeling it Step 5. Go ahead and save and run your workflow. Since most of our data cleansing in these two steps is removing blank spaces and numbers, you may not see a large difference in the results window before and after the data cleansing. Good job! You have completed some basic data cleansing. Next up, you will learn how to use a select tool to rename data fields and a filter tool to limit your data set. We often want to limit the data to observations which are most useful for answering our research questions.